We are live. Greetings, everyone, my brothers and sisters, wherever you are, whether you are in Nigeria or elsewhere in the diaspora. I bring you one greeting here from North America. Welcome to the show, Nigerian Constitution and Your Rights, or Nigerian Constitution, Know Your Right. It's a program powered by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Nigerian time or 3 p.m. US Central Time or 4 p.m. US Eastern Time. So right now, as you're here, please go ahead and invite your brothers and sisters, invite your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your friends, your neighbors. Invite everyone. Start sharing this stream right now. If you're viewing through Facebook, share. If you're viewing through YouTube, share. If you're viewing through Twitter, also share, so that we're gonna have a lot of people, a lot of fellow Nigerians listening to the show to learn about the Constitution and to learn about their rights as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, so that they can be able to stand for their right and stand boldly and ensure that their right is not trampled upon by any branches or tiers of government. Today's topic is, does Nigeria have and family life? Does Nigerians have right to private and family life? If you have been following this program for the past few weeks, you will realize that we are in a series of the fundamental rights of Nigerians, and I've already mentioned that we have 14 fundamental rights as Nigerians, and these 14 fundamental rights are covered in Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and is reflected in the sections 33 to section 46. And we have done section 33, 34, 35, 36, and then today or tonight or right now, we are going to be focusing on section 37, which is talking about privacy, or right to privacy. All right, without further ado, I have a guest. I will bring in my guest shortly. But I will read that portion of the Constitution, and then I'll call upon my guest to say one or two things as we continue the show. Let me bring in my guest. For some reason, I can't bring him in again. Barrister Edric. I don't know why I can get you into the studio. If you can leave the studio and log back in, and then we'll try again, that would be greatly appreciated. All right. All right. So I'll go ahead and read that section of the Constitution we were talking about, section 36. It says, the privacy of citizens, their homes, correspondence, telephone conversation, and telegraphic communication is hereby guaranteed and protected. That is section 37 of the Constitution of Nigeria 1999 as amended. Once again, it says the privacy of citizens, that's Nigerians, their homes, correspondence, that's like letters and all that, telephone conversations, and telegraphic communications is hereby guaranteed and protected. So our Constitution guarantees and protects our right. So you've heard it. Does the Nigerian Constitution protect your right to privacy or your private life and family life? Yes, it is protected in the section 37 of the Constitution. And hopefully the barrister, when he comes back online, will engage him and he can break it down for us and help us understand the legality and how effective that is in practice, or is it just like many of our laws, just in the Constitution and does not really apply in real life? We'll get to know about that as we continue with the conversation. All right, so I'll read one or two things. They say Nigerian constitutional promise of data protection is far from being fulfilled. This is especially true for transactions involving transfer of personal data from individuals to government and businesses. Despite the increasing importance role that data play in currency of the country, emerging digital economy, Nigeria does not have a data privacy or data protection law. I just want to make sure you understand this article I'm reading right now, or I'm going to read an extract of this article. This was written in 2017. So at the time this article was written, Nigeria does not have a data privacy and protection law. But I would like to announce that we have now 2019. All right. Well, we'll discuss if it's implemented effectively or not as we go further. So, according to this article, despite the increasing important role that data plays as a currency of Nigeria's emerging digital economy, Nigeria does not have a data privacy or data protection law. Even though Nigeria lacks a robust data management infrastructure, several government agencies and sectors regulators collect citizens' private data with little respect for their rights. Not only is the same data collected by different agencies, citizens have little control over what is collected, how it is used, and have no clear course of action should their data be abused. So that is the situation of Nigeria as of 2017, and most likely even as of today. The Nigerian Communications Commission, the Independent National Electoral Commission, the Nigerian Immigration Service, Central Bank of Nigeria, National Identity Management Commission, Federal Road Safety Corps, and other bodies routinely collect and other data. Unfortunately, the conversation needs to harmonize such sensitive data remains just a conversation. Very sadly, they remain just a conversation. So before I continue, I'm going to take a few comments. So please, this show is supposed to be conversational. When you come online, say one or two things, ask questions, add to the conversation, bring your own idea to the table, your own experience with legality or the laws of the land. Share in this. There's a comment section. You can comment via Facebook, you can comment via Twitter, you can comment via YouTube. So the comment says by Rita English. Say hello everyone. Nice to be here to learn again. Really, thank you for coming, and I hope you learn today, because every Tuesday 9 p.m. Nigerian time we will come bearing teachable moments. We'll come to educate our fellow Nigerians so that they can understand the content of the Constitution and their right thereof, and how to exercise it boldly, confidently, without fear or favor. So we need more comments. We need more people participating in the comment section so that we can enjoy this show, so that we can learn more together. I am still waiting for my guests to join, but as we're doing that, I am going to take a quick break, and we will be right back, my brothers and sisters. I will be right back.
Register to vote and collect your PVC now. Affliction shall not rise a second time.
That is why we members of Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, GCSDN, is calling on all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, religion and political affiliation, to embrace our new formula known as 23 unto 23, which means you must encourage 23 persons to register for their voters card. Then the 23 persons should get another 23 persons to register too for their PVC. If 23 is multiplied by 23, we shall arrive at 529 voters card. If 189,035 of us do this, we shall have 100 million voters ready gidigba for the 2023 elections. By December
2022,
GCSDN shall organize a global online election where we shall all choose the presidential candidate to support in the 2023 elections. We must elect a patriotic and visionary servant, a servant that will put our country and our citizens' rights above his or her personal interests. Oya, let the journey begin.
This message is powered by Prince Ewemade Concourse, PROGCSDN.
Welcome once again to the show, Nigerian Constitution, Know Your Right, Nigerian Constitution and Your Rights. It's a program powered by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. I, my humble self, Edmond, Ikeh, is your anchor. Every Tuesday, you will see my face on your screen if you tune in, if you're watching via YouTube, or if you're watching via Facebook, or if you're watching via Twitter. And we are talking about the Section 37, Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. This segment, or this section of the Constitution, is talking about privacy, or right to private and family life. And I read that segment earlier, that's saying that it has been guaranteed that your data, but your telephone call, your letters, your emails, your text messages, that it shall be protected, so no one can breach your data. And if does such happen, whoever is responsible have committed a criminal offense. That's essentially what that is saying. And before we take a break, I read a piece that was written in 2017 saying that even though we have different agencies in Nigeria, it's still the case as of today. We have the INEC collecting your data. We have the National Commission collecting your data. We have the Immigration Service collecting your data. Even telephone companies now even collecting your data. All this data they're collecting, they don't even tell you how it's being used, how it's being protected, and so on and so forth. And you have no control. Whenever you give out that data, you have no control over such data. So even though our constitution guarantees it, but it is not clear. The constitution is not too clear about it. That was why, as of the 2017, when that article was written, we're crying that it's just a conversation. We're talking about all this thing, but it is not clear. There is the constitution does not explicitly talk about data protection in this new age of technology, in this new age of big data collection. So, and as they're having that conversation, that led to the birth of what we call the Data Privacy and Protection Act of Nigeria in 2019. Okay. Listen, I say up to January 25, 2019, Nigeria did not have any dedicated general legislation on data privacy protection apart from the 1999 Constitution as amended, who has not been particularly useful in the purpose, especially when considering our court's somewhat restrictive approach to interpretation of relevant section of privacy, which is Section 37 of the Nigerian Constitution. So currently, as our law stands, for the enforcement of data protection and privacy in Nigeria, we now have Section 37 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, and the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation 2019, which may be used correlatively to achieve a common purpose. So now, in addition to the Section 37 I read earlier, to this new regulation that was enacted in 2019, then we can use both of them in tandem to ensure that the privacy and family life of Nigerians are protected. Okay. My guest came back again, but we still have an issue having him. I wish that's not good because he is learned, he's a barrister, and he would have been the best person to answer specific questions. And please keep sending your question, like your whatever you're listening from, like it, share, so that more people can participate, so that more people can learn this gem, can have this information, so that you can well equip yourself with your constitutional right and all other enacted laws of the land that will help protect you as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because we don't want your right to be taken for granted. We don't want you to be taken for a ride in your own country. We have suffered a great deal in our country. Our data have been collected and misused without our permission. And we have a constitution that guarantees that our data, our information, our privacy will be protected. So what have happened along the way? Why is our data not being protected? Why is our data misused without our permission? And how can we, what should we do to overcome this challenge? It's a big challenge that you have the telephone companies collecting your data, but you don't know how they use it. You have your INEC collecting your data, you don't know how they use it and if they protect it adequately, because they are supposed to protect your data adequately, but do they? Do they really protect your data adequately? That is the question. And there is a case that shows that indeed they don't always protect our data adequately. And you have had one or two experience in your own case, and people just expose, even telephone company expose your data, and people can access them and spam you or even scam you from your hard-earned money. So these are one of the issues that we face in Nigeria because of lack of proper or adequate protection of our privacy and data. So guess what? There is a case that actually happened in Nigeria in 2018. So it's a case between Emerging Market Telecommunication Services versus Barrister Geoffrey Nia Eniye in 2018. So it's LPELE 46193, in case you want to go and look up the case. So in this case, Mr. Eniye, which is a barrister, a lawyer, legal practitioner, sued the operators of Etisalat. So he sued Etisalat mobile line for exposing his telephone numbers to persons, companies who sent him unsolicited text messages in violation of Section 37 of the Constitution. The Federal High Court awarded him damages of 8 million naira. So you see, one of the problems of Nigeria is that we clearly see our rights are being violated. We clearly see our rights have been taken for granted or have not, or a company or even the government official, executive, or even sometimes the judiciary is our corporate, and they violate our right and we do nothing. So this man, a barrister, a lawyer, because he's learned, because he knows his right, he understands the Constitution, and he understands that that his right was protected, his privacy was protected by Section 37 of the Constitution. So he sued Tisalat, and guess what? He won. So if we don't sue, we'll never win. We'll never know that our rights have been violated, and we'll never be vindicated. That is why when you realize that your rights have been violated in one way or the other, by one agency or the other, by one company or the other, you are within your constitutional right to sue that person, to sue that company, to sue that government agency or commission or ministry, to sue them so that they can learn to respect your right, learn to honor what our constitution have prescribed. So this man, this barrister, he took it upon himself to sue Etisalat. the telecommunication company in Nigeria, because he believed that his privacy was been breached. He believed that his data have been compromised. He believed that they have misused his data that was supposed to be, or that was supposedly protected by our constitution. And guess what? He took the necessary action and sued Etisalat, and he won the case and was awarded 8 million naira. Isn't that wonderful? So why would you out there, why would you, my brothers and sisters, allow your right to be violated and you do nothing? You do nothing. Even though you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you don't have the resources to pursue cases, you have to reach out to organizations that can put it together. There are NGOs in Nigeria, there are human rights lawyers in Nigeria that do work pro bono. You have to engage these lawyers, you have to engage these NGOs so that they can work on your behalf, so that they can fight for you. You have a right as a Nigerian. You have a right, and that right has been guaranteed by our constitution, and not just our constitution, by the Data Privacy and Protection Regulation of Nigeria 2019. So you have the 1999 Constitution Section 37, guaranteeing the protection of your privacy, your data, and family life. And then you have this Data Protection Regulation that was enacted in 2019, also protecting your privacy, your data privacy, your private life, your family life. So why would you just fold your arms and let someone or some agency or some government institution to violate those rights that they are supposed to protect? So please, 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 my brothers and sisters, start taking action. Stop being docile. Stop being docile. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we shall continue.
See the bridge. We collapse here. Bike they follow here pass. Then motor they follow this other side pass. Then see the hill. See the hill up. This one to the hill up, no get problem at all. Nothing can just come down.
Welcome back, welcome back. So that video you watched by community called Obofia Ward, Uhihi Village, Agwata local government of Anambra State. The bridge of that community fell in September last year and has been abandoned by the state, both local and state government. The community have sent in their proposal to the Willie Obiano administration, but he rejected it twice. And we're preparing to send a new proposal to the new administration of Charles Chukma Soludo, and hopefully this new administration of Anambra State will do better than the previous one and attend to the cry of this community. That's why I will keep sending this video every Tuesday until something meaningful has been done. Keep sending, keep sharing. Please, please, and it's greatly appreciated. So back to the conversation. In our show, Nigerian Constitution and Your Right, every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. And the topic for today is, does Nigerians have rights to private and family life? And I've already told you that indeed, truly, or should I say like Jesus, very verily, I tell you that yes, Nigerians do have protection to their private and family life as guaranteed by Section 37 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended. And I went further to tell you that because of the changing in the world, like changing in big data, the new technological advancement, the new information for telecommunication and big data, that we have introduced the National or Nigerian Data Protection Regulation in 2019 to also help to close the gap, the loophole, or if I may borrow some legal, or the lawyer uses some lacuna in the law. So it's this new regulation that was enacted in 2019 helped close some of the lacuna that was created in Section 37 of the Constitution. So, and let me read a few definitions from this law or enactment of 2019 so that you understand, because you may be asking, okay, I'm listening to this, I'm listening to Edmond. Okay, Edmond is making sense. Oh, I don't even understand what is data. What is this data that we're talking about that's being protected? Or is it, oh, I'm listening to Edmond, but what is personal data? Is there a difference between personal data and data? Or some terminology we have been thrown around. So let me define them as defined by this regulation that was enacted in 2019. Okay, the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation 2019, that's NDPR, defined the word data as characters, symbols, binary on which operations are performed by a computer, which may be stored or transmitted in the form of electronic signals stored in any format. Data. So when governments like break, there's some like the backyard coding in your maybe get permission from some telecommunication agency and get all your text messages and read them to use it against you. That is a breach of your rights. So that is data. Those text messages, those videos, those pictures, those are your data. So they are symbols, they're binary. So that is definition of data according to this Nigerian Data Protection Regulation Act of 2019. So that is data. So the next question you may ask, okay, what do they mean by personal data? Okay. The Nigerian Data Protection Regulation 2019 define personal data as any information relating to an identified or identifiable natural person. That's you as an individual. An identifiable natural person is one who can be identified directly or indirectly in particular or reference to an identifier such as a name, identifying number, location data, an online identifier, or to one or more factors specific to the physical, physiological, genetic, mental, economic, cultural, social identity of that natural person. It can be anything from a name, address, a photo, an email address, bank details, posts on social networking websites, medical information, and other unique identifiers, such as, but not limited to, MAC address, IP address, IMEI number, IMSI number, SIM, personal identifiable information, and others. So you see, these are what comprise of your personal data. So your user ID now is your personal data. Your user ID on Instagram, your handle on Instagram, your handle on Twitter, this is your personal data. Your genetic makeup, this is your personal data. So So these are important personal data that we are protecting, that have been protected by our law, both the Section 37 of the Constitution and the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation of 2019. So even your health information, like your medical record, is your personal data and should not be divulged to anybody. So someone that is not your family member or that is not you cannot just go to the hospital and then ask for your data and then the hospital will give them. If a hospital does that, if a hospital like say, okay, you're someone that you don't know from Adam and Eve, go to the hospital and say, oh, by the way, I want to know Kunle's health status. How is Kunle? And the hospital or the nurse or the doctor and give the person and say, oh, Kunle is suffering from tuberculosis and blah, 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 blah. That is a crime. A crime has been committed. That's a breach of your constitutional rights. And you can actually sue that doctor or the nurse or the hospital as a whole because they have breached your information. So you need to know all these things. Or other physiological information is also your data. Your photo, so even your photo. Someone misusing your photos or someone use your photo and say, oh, someone will use my photo and say, oh, my face as Edmond and say, oh, I am Edmond, and they'll go and first the crime of stealing my photo and the second crime of actually committing scam. Scam is a crime as well. So whenever this your personal information is abused, that is a crime, and you can take action, and you should take action. Stop being docile. Stop being saying, within a few do. You can do something. You can pursue it to logical conclusion, and which is what is lacking in Nigeria. Cases are not pursued to logical conclusion. I will take one last break, and then when I come back, I'll try to wrap up. Please send your comments so that I can read your comments.
This is a community called Lara community in Moro local government area of Kwara State, Nigeria. This is their source of water supply. They drink from the pond like drinking from the gutter. They drink from the same pond with goats, with cattle, and with dogs. They take the water home to take their bath, to cook, and to drink. Sometimes they put alum before they could drink. Is this permissible in the 21st century? These people need our help. Please, the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria is calling on you to join us to drill a water borehole for these people. Let us do this. It is possible. This must not be allowed to continue. No. No. No.
Welcome back, my brothers and sisters. The video you watched was asking for your help in the water project that is being pursued by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. The coalition is trying to provide the potable drinkable water to the people of Arodo community in Moro local government of Kwara State. So please, anything you can use to support is greatly appreciated. The bank details is on your screen. You can send it to Rita Ajejewe, UBA bank account 203-201-2464, and make sure you include in the message water 2022. Your support is great, and God bless you richly as you do so. The project is actually starting end of this month, so hopefully it will be concluded also the end of this month when it starts. But we still need money. Global Coalition for Security and Democracy need money to execute this project, and we are counting on each and every one of you. Thank you, and God bless you as you do that. Thank you for participating in today's show. I am winding up. The question was, does Nigerians have right to the private and family life? And we said, yes, they do, as guaranteed by Section 39 of the Constitution, and which clearly indicated that our rights are protected. So the privacy of citizens, their home, correspondence, telephone, conversation, telegraphic communication are protected. So that is what the Constitution says. Also, the regulation that was enacted in 2019 also protects that. So you should be aware of this, and you should be able to fight for the right have been breached. We took out the time to define what is your data and what is your personal data as described or as defined by the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation of 2019. Once again, data is any character, symbol, binary, which operations are found on a computer, which will be stored or transmitted and your personal data is a whole long list, include your health information, your food, video, your phone number is personal data, your data is a personal data, all the identify and define the person as a natural person are your data. And whenever this information is misused, make sure the data so that it will not be misused again by perpetrators. And sometimes the perpetrators are government agencies. I'll have to make sure we hold government agency accountable. Thank you very much for being part of this show. Please keep inviting your friends and well-wishers, your neighbors, your family members to this show every Tuesday. We're here every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. It's a 30-minute show. You can see we have spent 36 minutes today. And just learn about your right to stand up for your rights. And this show is powered by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. Keep coming back, and I'm your regular host every Tuesday. My name is Edmond, Ikeh, and I am signing out.